I'm 46. I was born in 1974, and back in those days, it's the way music was in everybody's life was quite different compared to nowadays. So it was all about vinyls, cassettes. There was no other way to listen to music. So in such a environment, it was easy to get in touch physically for a kid with music. I mean, I could easily find at home vinyls or cassettes with any music. Actually, my mom and dad music, which was more about rock, soul, R&B, or classic stuff. But this was my first approach with music in general. Then electronic music came a bit later. I remember, I think it was 1987 when I bought my first 12 inches. It was meant to be, my first 12 inch was meant to be Sting will be together. But then in this funny record shop, which was not even a record shop, it was my friend's father used to have a shop where they were selling washing machines, fridges, things like that. But because he loved electronic music, he convinced his father to buy some vinyls in the shop. So I was going there once I found out he was selling this. So I bought this thing, 12 inch. Then I found it right behind it, 12 inch from Mars, Pump Up the Volume, which was my first ever 12 inch. And actually I think that was my first contact with some kind of electronic music. Okay, when I start, I have to be very honest. I mean, now it's very easy to talk all about these things and to have a clear picture and to understand the value, behind some things, which are exactly the one you just mentioned. It's true. House music, electronic music, the club culture is all about this. And it was all about this. And the strength of the scene in the beginning was completely related to this. That's why it was great. That's why now, after 30 years, we are still talking about this, because the value, they were strong and they were meaning something for a lot of people. They were the club and the electronic music was a real, game changer in a lot of people's life. Nowadays, I think, the moment from a social experiment, the club culture and electronic music became a big business. It's easy that some things are, I don't want to say that are not there, because the value are there. You can see it, that they are still going strong. But let's say the attention is more focused on other things, maybe on things that seems more superficial or less related to these values. And it's true. But it's just if you scratch the surface, you will still see these big values. The problem is that nowadays it's urgent to put this value back at the center of the thing, because you see it, what is happening. Even a few days ago, some UK politician said that we should find another job. This is why I think people, and this is just not a problem of the politicians, even the common people thinks the same, that we are irrelevant. This is not because what we do doesn't have these important values and is not affecting the society and the human and all of us lives, but because it's not this evident anymore. Because for the common people, most of the time parties are about people trying to show off or going there for drugs or for checking girls. I don't know. I mean, something that is, of course, is there. We cannot say that is not true, but if people or the world outside can only see this, it's our problem. I mean, we should focus more on what are the things that put ourselves into this kind of environment. I mean, I'm in music not for this, and many like me, I would say the majority, even people who go to dance, they are aware or not, they are not there just to dance or just to find a girl or just to have fun, which is already something very important, by the way. I don't want to minimize this, but there is much more. You are aware or not, through the club, through staying together with other people, you learn so much things. You learn how to stay together, no matter the difference between what we think, what we believe, and wherever, you experiment a kind of empathy during the night with people you don't even know, and you learn so much more than you understand. So there are very big values in dancing on the Saturday night, or in the club culture, or the electronic music and everything that involves electronic music. I strongly believe in this. But yes, we have to do a big effort to make, this kind of part known to the common people, or to people that maybe don't belong to this thing, because they have to understand better the value of it. Because it's not that you're just sending your child, your kids, your son and daughter to, place where they take drugs and they dance for 20 hours and blah blah blah. I mean, there's so much more, and we need to point this out better. To have a signature in music, you play music as an instrument, or you play music as a DJ, it's everything. Without sound, without your own signature, I don't even see an artistic expression, honestly, if you ask me. So it's not that it's important, it's mandatory for an artist to find that, to have it. Not because, it's not about marking the difference, it's about expressing yourself. Because this is what an artist tries to do, in my opinion. He tries to find his way to communicate and to say something that he feels. I mean, I feel something and I try to express it my way. If I don't do so, what's the reason? Why making music? Why, making speeches to say what? If you don't have nothing to say and you don't have it to say on your own way, I don't get the point. Honestly, I don't know that, but I'm sure it reflects my mood. That's for sure. I don't know about, maybe, sometimes it's possible, but it's not it's not that you try to define somebody else's mood or an undefined mood. You express yourself, so for sure, so you have some mood when you express yourself. Then we are human beings, we share same kind of experience, roughly, I'm not saying exactly the same, but all of us knows about feelings and moods. Everyone experiences sadness or happiness or, whatever. And it's easy to identify yourself in, some kind of emotion. When I'm listening to somebody else's music, I can feel some emotion. I don't know if the artist put that emotion in it intentionally or not, but maybe it doesn't really matter. Or so if you ask me what you think my music reflects, from my point of view, just reflect my mood. I told you before, for me, words like career or success, they were not there when I started to do this. And if I have to be honest, nothing has really changed, in the sense I'm still here because I want to have fun and party with the people and creating a moment where we can share some feelings. And this is what I consider a success for me. If I have a party and I feel that we are enjoying it all together, that I was able to play some music, and this music was creating an atmosphere where all of us, we are having fun, and the party in this sense is successful, so people go back home like they have a nice experience, whatever. And I had a little part in this together with all of them. This is for me still the success I'm looking for, because of course, during these years, a lot of things changed. Now I make a live out of this job, so also money are involved in the thing. But believe me, the moment I start to play and for more and more money, I realize that you can have a good gig, very very well paid. Maybe you can be satisfied about the money you get, but if the party is not going the way it should, you find out that the money is not a strong reason enough to justify you to do this, because I don't feel comfortable. No, absolutely. They already have a big role, electronic music and club culture, because they are part of our life. I mean, what is politics? What is, any social change or any political thoughts? It's talking about people. It's talking about us. So we are, music, and what music means in everybody's life affects any life, and it already creates something that it can be introduced later in your choice, in your taste, in what you want to, in what kind of world you want to live. So the experience you do through the music and the way of behaving around it. So going to the clubs, knowing more about human beings, knowing more about respect differences, create your mind and create the user, the citizen, the human being you are. So it's the strongest player, one of the strongest player in our life, because what we are the sum of all our experience, and what we experience with music and the club culture itself, it's something very big that we cannot think. It's not involving ourselves in the process to express our ideas, our opinion, and so doing politics, because this is what it is. My daily choices are much influenced by my, the music, and so it is for everyone, I think. So it's maybe not change, the role I see for music, it's a more indirect role. It's something that is acting in my life, even though I'm not aware of it, or I don't think so. It's something that is shaping myself and leading into a direction, and because sometimes I don't see it well, it's even stronger than any other thoughts, because it's working in a deeper way. I mean, shaping myself, my ideas, my way of being and living with all the other people in this planet. I'm proud of everything I've done, in the sense I'm grateful for everything I've done, because first of all, I was not expecting on all the level, to be honest, that I would ever be able to do the 10% of what I've been doing now. So I'm like, I don't know if proudness or proud is the right word, but I would say I'm happy and I'm grateful, because I was not expecting from my life so far everything, going this way. And I'm not talking only about music, everything is like more than, it's behind my expectations. So it's let's say I'm happy. I don't know if I can be proud for this, because I'm not sure about how strong is my role in this, but there is kind of things you cannot control, so I don't know if I can take the credit for it. But I should say it like I would say it like this.